Hello everyone, you're welcome to Vab Fashion's YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to make this simple bubu that features a crisscross ashoke around the upper part. I'll be showing you how to achieve a very relaxed look around the shoulder area. If you are familiar with this style, probably you would have noticed that around the shoulder area, the ashoke is usually not relaxed in many versions of the style. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to achieve that relaxed and professional look around the shoulder area. So if this is something you are interested in, please keep watching till the end. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And please like this video, share this video with your friends and family. Thank you, and let's get started. I'll be making use of 2 yards of cotton adire fabric and 2 pieces of ashoke. So to get started, I'll fold my fabric into 4. So first I'm going to fold lengthwise. So this is it, lengthwise. I'll fold it into 2, and then I'll fold widthwise to achieve the width. Okay, so here I have my fabric folded into 4. In length, I have 36 inches, and that's including my hemming allowance of 2 inches. So by the time I hem, I'm going to be left with 34 inches. And then here in width, I need 22 inches, and that is also including 2 inches for the side hemming allowance. So that's by the time I'm done hemming the side, I'm going to be left with 20 inches. So as you can see, I have a bit of excess. I haven't folded my fabric into 4. I had 25 inches. So you can see I just trimmed out the excess because we don't need it. So right now my fabric is folded into 4 with the exact quantity of fabric I actually need. So next I'm going to mark the neck width. I'm working with a neck width of 4 inches and then a neck depth of 7 inches. And this is for both the front and the back. Then I'll go ahead and use the straight part of my ruler to connect the 2 points like this. So now we have our V neckline. Next is to cut out the neckline. After cutting out the neckline, the next thing to do is to cut the facing. Okay, so to cut the facing, here I have this leftover fabric I had after cutting out the skirt. This boo is going to be paired with a pencil skirt. So this is the leftover fabric. So here I folded my leftover fabric into 2, and then I'll go ahead and fold into 4, just exactly the same way I folded the main fabric. And then I'll place it right under the main fabric and then cut out the neckline. This is going to be the facing, okay? This will serve as the facing. So this is really simple. Just cut it out exactly as it is here. And then I'll go ahead and give the facing the shape I want it to have. So you can either make your facing square, you can decide to make it rounded, just like I am doing. So this totally depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, so for me, I'm making mine rounded. Okay, so here I have my facing, and this is what it looks like. You see? So I'll open up the main fabric also and place the facing on the right side of the facing, facing right side of the fabric. And then I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew around the neckline. So after stitching the facing around the neckline, can you see? So I'm going to slash the shoulder area. That's I'm going to separate the front from the back. Remember, we don't have a shoulder slant on this boo. Okay, so you want to make sure to align the neckline very well, just like this. And then I'm just going to put my scissors in and then slash it. You don't need a shoulder slant for this outfit. Okay, so just cut through just like I have done. So you can see. So this is basically separating the front from the back. So you can see I now have my front and I have my back separate. Okay. So after doing that, you may want to go back to your machine and fortify the part where you cut. Okay, you want to go back and fortify it, but before going back to fortify it, can you see I went ahead to notch around the neckline. So this upper part, that's the shoulder area, is the part that is likely to loosen. That's the part that the seam is likely to lose because we cut that part. So you can just take it back and fortify it so that you strengthen your stitch. Okay, so as you can see, I'm pressing the V neckline. You want to make sure to press it well so that it sits well. So right now, I'm done ironing the V neckline. So the next thing to do now is to measure the length where the ashoke will stop. That's the length of the ashoke I want to place on this. So and that is 18 inches, which is around the waistline. So I measured from shoulder to 18 inches. Next, I'll place the ashoke on the V neckline, following the V neckline shape. So can you see that at the shoulder area, the ashoke is not covering up the shoulder area well. So you need to pull it up in a way that it will leave some excess. That there'll be a bit of excess of about 4 inches so that it covers up the shoulder area well. And then make sure to align the shoulder tip and the V neckline, that's the center front. So align the shoulder tip and the center front with the ashoke. Okay, so the length of our ashoke is 18 inches. I went down by 1 inch extra. That 1 inch extra is going to be our hemming allowance. Okay, so now to place this side, I'm also going to align the V neckline. You see, so just place it in such a way that it aligns at the center front to give us that V shape. Can you see? So once you have that perfect V shape at the center, the shoulder tip automatically aligns also, and every other part. Can you see? So I also secure this part. So take note that at the shoulder area, the ashoke, I have an excess at the shoulder area. So you want to make sure to always leave that excess so that it follows the V shape. You can't place it straight. Once you place it straight, it will not cover up the whole area. So now I'll go ahead and cut the length. This just the same as the first one, which is 19 inches, that extra with the extra 1 inch. So can you see this side that is sticking out from the ashoke that is underneath? So I'll trim out that excess there. So can you see? So I haven't trimmed out the excess here. So can you see this other side? Can you see the one underneath is shorter? So I'm going to fold in such a way that the longer one, that's the one on top, meets the shorter part. That's so that it gives us that straight that length we are looking for, which is now the 18 inches. When you've hem, that's fold in the excess. Okay, so I haven't created my crease line. I used my iron to just fold it in and then created the crease line, so I trimmed out the excess. So now you can see I'm folding it back. So this is what it looks like. So next, I'm going to bring in my hemming gum. So you'll need hemming gum to hold this in place. You see, so this is me placing my hemming gum underneath. That's in between the main fabric and the ashoke. And then you also need your steam iron to keep it down in place. Okay, so this hemming gum part is very necessary. This will help keep it in place so that by the time you are stitching, it's not shifting from one place to another. So I'm going ahead to place my hemming gum around the ashoke so that it sits very well. So as you can see, I'm done with that. So I'll go ahead and now trim out the excess ashoke I have at the shoulder area. So you can see now that everything looks straight and nice. Can you see? So I'll repeat the same thing on the second piece, which is going to be the back or the front, because the front and back are the same thing. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and then top stitch the ashoke. I'm going to top stitch round it, and while top stitching around it, I'll make sure to avoid the facing. Okay, so when stitching it, make sure to put away the facing, and this is what I mean. Can you see that I didn't stitch on the facing? Just make sure to just shift the facing away while top stitching the ashoke. So now that we're done with that, it's now time for us to join the shoulder and the shoulders together, the front and back shoulders together. please take note of something. You want to make sure that your showcase is aligned at the shoulder. You don't want one wider than the other. Okay, so and that is what I have here. It is well aligned. You see, so I'm placing the ashoke, that's the main fabric, right side facing right side, and then the facing, which is like the lining, facing lining. So I'm joining the shoulder. Can you see? So I'll go ahead, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, then weave it, and then hem the sides and hem the down part. So this is it. You can see I've joined the shoulders, and then I also hemmed the sides, and then also hemmed the down part. So now we are at the final stage, which is closing up the bubu. Okay, so this is what I have here. So to close up our bubu, the first thing I'm going to do is to measure from the shoulder to 10 inches. So this 10 inches is going to be the sleeve opening. So next I'm going to get the center front. So for this center front, you can either iron it to create the crease line at the center, fold into two and then iron so you get the crease line, or use your chalk to mark exactly as I have marked here. Remember, it's a V neckline, so I can see the middle, so I just went ahead to mark the center. Okay, so from this center now, I'm going to enter the quarter of the bust measurement. That's this 10 inches mark I made here is going to be the bust line. That's the bust measurement. So the quarter of the bust measurement plus 1 inch. So the bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. So I marked it there. So then from the shoulder line, I'm also going to measure from shoulder to waistline. And then when I have the waistline, I'm going to enter quarter of the waist measurement plus 1 inch. That's the waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Okay, so I'll mark it on the waistline. So this extra 1 inch I'm adding is for ease. Okay, so that it makes so that it's free around the body. So next, from the shoulder area, I'll mark from shoulder to hip line. So from shoulder to hip line, I'll also mark the shoulder measurement divided by 4. The hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Okay, hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. So I haven't marked all these points. Now I'll go ahead and connect the point. Please take note down the full length is also the hip measurement divided by 4. That's what I have there. You can see I connected it downwards. Okay, just connect the 3 points, and that's exactly what I will do on the other side. So after marking it, I'll take this to my sewing machine and stitch both sides. We're stitching on the right side. Can you see I'm making my markings on the right side? So I stitched on the right side. So this is what we have after stitching. Can you see? You will agree with me that the shoulder is sitting really well. Can you see? Everything is sitting very relaxed and beautiful. And then our side, you can see how small the butterfly is. Really, really small. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and please leave a nice comment. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.